Hey guys, so today I want to do a quick little comparison here between the S&P P7 and the Galaxy S5. So both are Android phones, run the latest KitKat update, but one is way cheaper than the other one, and it's of course the P7, which is way cheaper here, which is pretty interesting. I mean, it's very interesting actually if you look at it from a pricing side and view. Let's check this out, shall we? This one cost around the same as an S4 Mini did last year. I think it's like 300 euros or something, maybe like $400 or something. I mean, it's quite affordable for what you get. First of all, you get this super slim body that I'm gonna go over. The Galaxy S5, I think it's like 8.1 millimeters or something like that in thickness, versus the S&P 7, which is like 6.5 millimeters. Not as small as its little brother, the P6, which is 6.1 millimeters, one of the thinnest phones on the planet. But still, this is quite nice. Very polished UI, very snappy, and we're gonna go over the specs a little bit. So first of all, you start off here with the design. So you can see very identical in terms of size, but you can see that the P7 got a little bit inspired here by the Sony design, but also the iPhone design, I would say, here on the sides, definitely like an iPhone look. It doesn't have a real hardware button. It doesn't have capacitive touch buttons. Everything is built into the display, which is a 5-inch display, IPS LCD display versus the Super AMOLED display here that you do get on the Samsung smartphone, which is a 5.1-inch display. Both have 1080p screens with very nice viewing angles and things like that, which is very nice. Overall, I would say that the S&P 7 definitely feels way better in the hand. I mean, so much more quality. But we're gonna get the Galaxy S5 Prime maybe in June, which is supposed to be a very premium Samsung smartphone. It might have a better feel. On the back here, it's almost like a joke how bad the S5 feels. Feels kind of like a toy with this plastic back. And the S&P 7 feels amazing here with the full glass back, which is a problem though when you have it on the surface, because it can move around your phone. Kind of like the iPhone 4S. Definitely annoying. You have a heart rate sensor here on the S5, but really, do you really need that? You have a cool white color here, which looks more white than the kind of like almost like ceramic white color you get here on the S5. This one is waterproof though, the Galaxy S5, which is definitely way better. On the sides here, I mean, you can see the thickness. It's just amazing how thin the P7 is. I don't like that the Galaxy S5 adopted a kind of like the Galaxy Note 3's kind of like a book here on the side, kind of like a plastic. I don't really know why. It doesn't feel that impressive at all. Samsung really got a lot to work on in terms of the feeling of the phone, I think. So if we check it out here on the internal side, here you get 60 megapixel camera, which is quite nice actually, and it's easily a way better camera. I mean, it is so much better than the one that you're gonna get on the P7. But the P7 actually comes with a 30 megapixel camera, which is still very nice. And you will still be able to take amazing stuff, amazing pictures, and definitely from the price point, you're not gonna complain. I mean, you're not gonna complain. It has some very cool UI things with the camera. Like if you're gonna take a front-facing picture, you can like smooth out your face so you become more pretty. It's pretty cool. So both 16GB variant phones here, which is nice that they weren't just getting this one like 8GB of internal storage. So 16GB here, 16GB, Android 4.2 KitKat here, latest version of Android here on both devices. And this is something that I think that Huawei S&P 7, I think they got inspired here in the UI by Samsung, because they do have a lot of things here that you can quickly customize on here. And I definitely believe they got inspired there by Samsung, because it's something that Samsung did really well. You can see here white versus like a black settings area here. If we go into about phone, about device, here you can see this one's running a Motion UI version 2.3. Samsung, of course, using their own kind of touch with UI. But other than that, both here our Android boys, of course. Android phone format to KitKat. You can kind of see sometimes, I'm not sure if you can change color, but this one has like a grayish tone on the buttons. I really don't know if I like that. And sometimes in game, it's also there because not all games are gonna hide that, which kind of sucks. And yeah, this one also has 2 GB RAM, which is very, very nice. And if you look at the processor here, both of quad core, this one has 1.8 GHz, but it's Cortex A9, so very good. No Cortex A7, which Sony is doing on their mid-range devices, and LG, and even HTC is doing, and maybe even Galaxy S4 Mini is gonna go into have, or Galaxy S5 Mini is gonna have that. We don't really know. Hopefully not. Oh well, this one has a better processor though, 2.3 GHz Snapdragon 801, the latest chipset there, and yeah, wait, no, I think it's actually 2.5 GHz, yeah, so, but then again, I mean, both run amazing and everything. It's mostly going to be in games, you're going to notice the difference, because this one has Mali GPU, Mali 450 MP4 GPU, kind of like a better version of the GPUs. You also got the Mali GPU in the Galaxy S3, Galaxy S2, Galaxy Note 2, and the good thing with that GPU is you can play like GTA San Andreas, you can play GTA Vice City, you can play GTA 3 with good performance, very, very good performance, like better than the S5 and such. But then game off games like Modern Combat and those kinds of games like Asphalt, they don't run as well, so they're gonna run better here on the Galaxy S4. I might do a gameplay video of that and also check that out because people are also interested in those things. Here you get a 2800 milliamp or 2500 milliamp battery, which is pretty impressive because it's still a very, very thin phone, but they did stuff in a pretty nice battery inside of this one, versus the Galaxy S5 here, which is featuring actually I think 2700 milliamp battery, which is, or no, I think it's 2800 milliamp battery. It's a very, very nice battery though, which is quite nice. And here you have a multitasking button, and here you also have a multitasking button. You can close everything here with one tap on both devices, which definitely also is quite nice. You can also see the boot down screen here on both these 2 devices. So yeah, just quickly look here. I might do more videos with other stuff like devices and do more comparisons if people are interested. I think many people are. People like comparisons and all those kinds of things. There's a lot of cool UI elements in this one. I mean, both TouchWiz here and the Ascent P7 has a lot of cool special features in software that I might go over in another video. So yeah, quickly look here, and it's a pretty nice phone overall, or both are. Yeah, peace out.